And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, from the break on what is the hottest form of Crimson Tide football news, notes, and information, that being in my own words, the podcast. And we dive into a topic right now that we are in the point in time where March is coming in, spring ball coming back for Alabama football, and with the talent returning to the roster, and with the freshmen coming in that look to make waves, create impact, make some value for themselves, we have to ask ourselves the question, which position group has us the most excited, which has us the most concerned, and which one could potentially be the biggest surprise? But before we dive into that, we're going to go to a short commercial break.
If you want delicious home-style cooking, sushi, and hibachi, check out Otoro Hibachi in the University Mall in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. At home and you can't get away from the TV because the Crimson Tide is about to score? Don't worry, delivery is also available through Waitr and Crimson2go. That's Otoro Hibachi in the University Mall in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And make sure you let them know the good folks at Touchdown Alabama sent you.
Which positional unit has you the most excited? Which one has you the most concerned? And which one could potentially serve as the biggest surprise? These are the questions that Alabama fans want to know in terms of spring ball and the coming fall for Crimson Tide football. And just for me, the position group that has me the most excited, while I love the quarterback room, believe you me, I do. Mac Jones, Talia Tagovailoa, Bryce Young, Paul Tyson, love it. Love the running back room, headlined by Najee Harris. Love the quality at the wide receiver room with Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle. But neither of those three positions are the ones that excite me the most. And I know what you're thinking. Steven, what in the world is wrong with you? You just mentioned the quarterback room, the running back room, the receivers. Did you get yourself into that bad batch of Dr. Dre Chronic? I told you don't smoke that batch. Look, I did not get into any bad batch of Dr. Dre Chronic, okay? What I'm simply saying is the position group that I'm mostly excited about, or that has me the most excited, would be the offensive line. Yes, I am excited about the big men. Yes, I am excited about the 300-plus pound guys. And what makes me excited about the 300-plus pound guys is Najee Harris could have very easily decided to go pro, could have very easily declared for the NFL draft. But he decided, you know what? I'm going to give Nick Saban and this program one more year. I'm going to come back for my senior year. And what better way to reward a young man that chose to come back by giving him not just a potential Joe Moore award-winning offensive line, but possibly one of the best offensive lines in the Nick Saban era. Have him have the Burger King commercial. Let Najee Harris have it his way. And despite the fact that Jedrick Wills graduates on to the NFL draft and Scott Lashley made the move to transfer from Alabama to Mississippi State, you still have the depth, some experience, and some big-time talent on this offensive line. When you look at Alex Leatherwood and Evan Neal and Emil Ekiyor Jr. and Deontay Brown and Landon Dickerson and Darian Dalcourt, and the list goes on. Now, for most people, they would look at this offensive line set up like this, with Leatherwood at left tackle, Ekiyor at left guard, Dickerson stays at center, right guard Deontay Brown, right tackle Evan Neal. And I mentioned that, hey, I can get jiggy with that, like that. Pretty cool right there. But how I would have it set up, Leatherwood left tackle, keep Evan Neal at left guard, have Darian Dalcourt, have Dalcourt at center, have Deontay Brown right guard, and Landon Dickerson right tackle. And what this would do is this would give Najee Harris the opportunity. He can run power off the left side. He can run power out the right side. I mean, whomever's at quarterback, that offensive line would be tremendous in both pass protection and run blocking. So definitely the group that excites me the most in this upcoming season, the offensive line. The group that would give me some concern, or the most concern, I would go with the defensive secondary the defensive backs, and it's not due to the talent or the depth of the skill set because the Crimson Tide has all three of those things, but more so the experience. Alabama graduating Xavier McKinney, Jared Maiden, Shaheem Carter, and Trayvon Diggs to the National Football League. And once you get past Patrick Surtain II, the experience level drops. Now, of course, Josh Jobe played quite a bit in the 2019 season, and my hope is that he knocks down that spot at left corner. And regardless of the fact that Jordan Battle played a good bit, DeMarco Hellams played some, Marcus Banks played some, after you get past Patrick Surtain II, not much experience as far as on-field consistently, big game tape. But the biggest thing where I'm concerned with where the secondary goes is, can this group, when you get this group, can you get the best 4 to 5 and sometimes 6 when Alabama goes into its dime package? Can you get the best set of guys on the field to where they are in perfect phase, they're playing the ball in the air, they're getting their heads turned around, they're being physical, but not too physical with wide receivers, they are tackling correctly. That was the biggest bugaboo for Alabama season to go. Not wrapping up, breaking down, bringing your legs and your arms and tackling. Too many of this trying to pop the ball out, rip the ball out, trying to create a turnover. Not fundamental sound tackling. So can Alabama get back to tackling in the defensive secondary and trying to create those turnovers, just playing in perfect sync and doing, the little things. So defensive secondary, my biggest concern for spring ball going into the 2020 or the next fall football campaign. The group that has me, or that could be the most surprising for me, I would look at the outside linebacker position. And in the 5 national championship years under Nick Saban, the Tide has been able to have exceptional, consistent, efficient play on the edge, affecting the passing lanes, getting after the quarterback. In 2009, you look at Eric Anders. 2011, Alabama had Courtney Upshaw. 2012, we laid our eyes on Adrian Hubbard. 2015, we were fortunate to have the duo of Tim Williams and Ryan Anderson, the two angry men, with Rashaan Evans sprinkled in there. And then 2017, Rashaan Evans. Also, you had, Mack Wilson, who could affect the quarterback, but also create those interceptions with that athleticism. So consistently, you had some guys that made life easier for your secondary in getting those turnovers. But spring ball in this campaign coming up, Chris Allen, you got him. You have Jerez Parks, King Wakuda, Kevin Harris II. And then some of your incoming freshmen, you look at Quandarius Robinson, Chris Braswell, Will Anderson, Drew Sanders, just a litany of names. And if Alabama can get back to coming off that edge and taking a quarterback's head clean off his body, if Alabama can get back to that consistently, and helping out that secondary with making that quarterback have a clock in his head to know I cannot hang on to this ball too long, because if I do, I'm going to die. And you can get those turnovers off there. Alabama's defense can definitely get back to getting to where it was prior to the 2018 and 2019 season. So for me, position I'm the most excited about, offensive line. Love those big dudes up front. Come at me. The position that has me kind of the most concerned, the defensive backfield. The position that could be the biggest surprise for me, at outside linebacker. For folks, comment your response there on the bottom of the YouTube channel on the positional units that have you the most excited, most concerned, and the one that could be the biggest surprise for you. We're going to take another short break here on In My Own Words, but upon our return, don't touch that dial. We got my mock draft 1.0. First NFL mock draft for yours truly, Stephen M. Smith. We'll be back after this.